Fuck it.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Hey guys, how you doing today? Today, when I'm recording this, is Friday, August 30th, and I have broken out a Halloween t-shirt. I'm going to stand up so you can see it. All right, like, how funny is that? I love it. It's just a cheap, like, Walmart t-shirt, and I got a matching one for my sister because we still match, even though we're in our fucking 30s. My sister's my best friend. Don't judge me. But yeah, I'm really ready for fall, like so ready. And I know that it makes me the most basic bitch on the planet, but I don't care. It's who I am. It's what gives me joy. And I cling to it like the lifeline that it is. Okay. Because I'm a single mom of 4 girls and I have to prioritize my joy. That is what my business is all about. That's what my channel is all about. And my podcast, everything that I put out into the world is all about teaching other women who are moms to claim your joy. Claim it. Make time for it. Prioritize yourself. Because if you don't, you're burning out. And you're just a shell of yourself. And when your kids grow up and they leave you, you're not going to know who the fuck you are. And you're going to become a creepy, annoying helicopter mom to the college kid. That's going to be you if you don't start taking care of yourself now and prioritizing your joy now. I didn't intend for the intro of this video to be like so intense. But that's how I feel. Passionate about what I do. My kids went back to school this week and we only had like a partial week. They started like day 1 was Wednesday, which I thought was so stupid. I always think it's so stupid. But then I thought about it and I'm like, it's actually really great that it's just a 3-day week because it's stressful going back into the transition of school, which always makes me feel like a little bit of a pain in the ass because I'll bitch when my kids are home with me all day, every day for summer and just like, God, I need a break. I miss when you guys were at school. And then I bitch when school goes back in session because it's like, oh, that's right. This schedule is exhausting. Driving your asses to and from school and making lunches and waking up at 5:30 instead of 7. But the reality is that it's still a fucking transition and transitions are stressful. Even if like you're ready for the transition, you're ready to go back for the kids to go back to school. It's okay to acknowledge that switching from a summer schedule to a school schedule is stressful. It does not make me a pain in the ass. It doesn't make you a pain in the ass. It doesn't mean that we're just stuck in perpetual bitch mode. Transitions are just hard. Change is just, it's stressful because even though we were getting stressed in summertime, we got used to it, right? And now we're switching back to school and it's a different kind of stress and it's okay to just acknowledge like I'm fucking tired. I don't know what was happening with the planets last night or if it was just my house, who knows, but I had a rough night like sleeping. The dog was panting a lot and woke me up like after I'd only been asleep for like an hour and a half because he needed to go to the bathroom again. My God, you guys, I was in a mood. Okay. I was in a mood. It's not his fault. I apologize this morning, but I was in a mood. My kids were still awake. It was 10:30 at night. I'm like, you guys have school tomorrow. Go the fuck to sleep. So I was just like crabby. Didn't get enough sleep. I'm tired. I'm getting used to waking up at 5:30 in the morning. Today's Friday. And so after I got back from dropping the kids off, I like went into my normal like morning thing with my business, like work. I went to my computer and just started working straight away. But I just needed a minute. Something inside of me was like, Amanda, just take a minute to yourself. And then I was met with like this old thought that came up, this resistance, right? Of just like, I don't have time. I need to squeeze every hour of this day to get all of this stuff done that I plan to get done this week. This is the last day of the work week and I'm going to get it done. I don't have time. How often do we tell ourselves, I don't have time, right? But really, time doesn't like exist. It's just something like we made up. We create time. And the only reason why we don't have time for ourselves is because we haven't told our brain to prioritize ourselves. And so I heard that thought, I saw it for what it was, and I took a step back and I really looked at like the things that I wanted to accomplish today. And I asked myself, do all of these things really truly need to get done today? Or can some of it be left until Monday? And when I took an honest to God look at it, some of it could wait until Monday. So I took the dog on a walk. It's beautiful weather out here in Wisconsin. It was 60 something, 65, I think, this morning when I took him for a walk. It was so nice. It was so nice. And I just I love walking. I love going on walks. It feeds my soul. So walking might not be that for you. So just like input whatever your thing is here with walking, but getting outside really, really helps. There's so much scientific evidence to this because like, I'm going to go woo on you. All right. There's a trigger warning. Are you prepared? Okay, good. Let's dive in. We're spiritual beings, regardless of whatever you believe religiously. That's your own thing. We are all souls inside these human bodies. And so that soul is connected to every other living thing. Humans need to go outside every single day. We need to have that connection to nature. And our modern society doesn't really allow for that, especially as moms, especially if you're a working mom, even if you're not working, if you stay at home with your kids, like you have a harder job than any mom who works outside of the home. But we spend all morning, all day working, doing whatever it is that we're doing for work. And then after work, we're still on mom duty. And then we crash at night. And so it can be like, what the fuck? What happened to my day? Did I go outside other than just driving in my car? Did I breathe fresh air outside of just walking from the door to the car door? I don't actually think I did. Go outside. It is such an instant stress relief to just be outside. And I listened to a really great podcast. I will link this episode of this particular podcast in the description box below because it was really good. I keep hitting my desk. I got to stop doing that. Jesus. It was from the Thriving Postpartum podcast, and it was on self-care, which kind of like prompted me to come on and like talk about my experience here today because it's so important to talk about. And as they mentioned in the podcast, self-care is kind of become one of those overused words that can kind of trigger you into anger when you hear it, especially as a mom, because everyone's just like, oh, you just need some self-care, just self-care, self-care, self-care. And it just kind of makes you want to punch everybody in the face, right? Especially when you're in the thick of it and you look at your Google Calendar and there's all the evidence in the world for why you don't have enough time. It's like, bitch, if I could, I would. But the truth is, we still can. Like I said, I am a single mom of 4 girls. I have to be very intentional, but I do make time to take care of myself every single day. As you can see, my hair is did. I always do my hair, almost always. There's some days where I am in a ponytail. I always feel like grungy. I don't feel like myself on those days. I don't like when I don't have time to do my hair. And that might not be your thing. Again, this is all completely customizable. You have to know what's important to you. And if you're too lost in the weeds of motherhood to be able to answer the question of like, I don't really know what's important to me, that's totally fine. I was there. And I just decided to start with my hair because I was in my hair was long at the time and I was just in a messy mom bun phase. And I was like, that was just the first thing that kind of came to me. I'm like, I'm really sick of doing a messy bun every fucking day. So that's where I started. Just start somewhere, borrow someone else's practices if you have to just try it out, but don't do it as in like this is going to be the thing that saves me. Just try it out. Might not be completely for you. That's fine. It'll lead you to what is perfect for you. But go for the walk, do your hair, listen to the podcast, make time to just sit and think. I do that sometimes. Like, I actually do that all the time. I'll take breaks in the middle of my workday after I've been sitting in this goddamn computer chair for way too long, and I will sit outside because I work from home. But still, if you work from an office, just go sit outside. Get outside. I'll sit outside in my backyard for 10 minutes and just do nothing. I won't be listening to anything. I won't be like, because you need to give your brain a break too. It's not good to always be having inputs coming in. Your brain just needs to, and just sitting outside in the sunlight, no matter how hot or cold it is, for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it makes such a huge difference. I just always feel like grounded. I feel relieved, like my muscles will just like relax. My shoulders won't be up here anymore. And it's just finding those things and those little pockets of time, those tiny little pockets of time that might seem insignificant. I am a recovering perfectionist, and you might be too, where you hear the advice of like, just take 10 minutes in the middle of your day. Just start there. And it sounds like, the fuck is 10 minutes going to do? I shouldn't really like do it unless I could do like a whole thing, whatever the thing is. I don't know. Like if I could go to like a retreat or go to an event, that's the, like you're trying to jump from the extreme of not doing anything to an event. That's a huge jump. Your brain is just going to say nope to that because it's not going to see how that's possible. But if you give it something small that seems so ridiculously obtainable that it's almost boring, that's a good goal to start with. It's not as sexy, but it's attainable. And then you can actually fucking do it. You will start feeling better. And then you'll start finding more little 10-minute pockets of time to do something for yourself. And you'll start training your brain to look for those pockets. And suddenly your schedule won't change at all. But you'll suddenly be the mom, the woman who makes time for herself every day. You didn't have to move anything around in your calendar. You just had to train your brain to look for the time that already totally exists. I hope this was helpful. If you guys liked this video, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any more of these simple techniques and tips that you can practice today to relieve your stress and help you get in tune with who you are as a person, because you are so much more than that kid's mom. And if you're also a fellow podcast junkie, you can listen to the Fuck It Mothering podcast. I go more in depth with these types of tips, and I also have a ton of guests on there. So that way, eventually I will build up a library of stories from other women so that no matter what type of woman, what her background is, when she finds my podcast, she will see herself reflected in someone's story. That's my goal with my podcast. I love you guys. Have a great week. Take care of yourself.